beautiful people, welcome back and thank you for tuning in to another one of my episodes. I'm happy you could join me and I'm excited to be teaching you how I make my vegetable stir fry. This recipe is very simple, doesn't require a lot of time, energy, or effort. So if you're coming back from a late night at work or school, whatever it is, busy day, all you need to do is cut up your vegetables, throw it into the wok, which is what we're going to be using in today's video. If you don't have a wok, feel free to use a large skillet, just something that's big enough to kind of cook down all your vegetables. I don't cook my vegetables for super long either because the longer they're on the heat, the mushier they become. And I like my vegetables to still have a bite or a crunch to them. I just am not very fond of the texture when my vegetables are super mushy. This is another recipe that you can really have fun with, experiment with different flavors and spices, vegetables, whatever you please. But I'm gonna be walking you through step by step the vegetables that we're gonna be using and the different spices that are required for this dish. One of the vegetables that we will be using is carrots. I did sliced carrots. I just got a bag from the grocery store, threw those in a bowl, and we're eventually gonna just be transferring these from the bowl into our wok. We also did snap peas. I love snap peas, a great vegetable, great flavor, and once they cook up, they just add a whole nother level of goodness to the dish. Mushrooms is another vegetable for our stir fry. We're gonna be using 2 zucchinis. We're gonna dice those up, throw those in as well. 3 different bell peppers. So we're gonna do red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, green bell pepper. A white onion, we're gonna slice that up, dice it, throw that in as well. And then of course, I have my green onions, which I'm gonna use as a garnish at the end. And then we have a can of baby corn and a can of bean sprouts. For our spices and our sauces, I'm gonna cook with wok oil and then a little bit of sesame oil. I don't like to do too much oil because again, I like to let the vegetables speak for themselves. And once they get diced up and start cooking, they kind of actually let out a lot of water, which adds to the whole flavor. So I find that if I put too much oil in, it just overpowers the dish. Then we're gonna be using a little bit of teriyaki sauce and hoisin sauce as well. And then I like spicy, I really love spicy. And I can add spice to any one of my dishes. This one is especially one that I like to add a little bit of a kick to. So we're gonna be using some red chili sauce, not a lot. This is kind of equivalent to sriracha. So a little bit of this goes a long way. Then of course, my garlic. You know I love my garlic. We'll be getting to that. So the first thing I'm gonna be starting with is the carrots. I'm just gonna take my bowl of carrots, dump it into here, get rid of that. Same thing with my snap peas, dump it in. We're gonna transfer our mushrooms into the bowl as well. Once you transfer your carrots, your mushrooms, and your snap peas into the bowl, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our cutting board, our knife, and our 2 zucchinis, and we're gonna get to dicing. The next thing that we're gonna get into is cutting our white onion up. I'm just gonna cut that in half, dice it up into small pieces, and throw that in here. Woo! I feel good. Na, 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 na. I knew that I would. So good. Da, da, so good. Da. I got you. Da, da. So I cut up half of my white onion, diced that up into small pieces, and I'm gonna throw that into our bowl. Half of an onion is gonna be just enough for the stir fry because a little bit of onion goes a long way. Next, we're gonna get into cutting our peppers. So we have a red pepper, a yellow pepper, and a green pepper. I wish I knew how to juggle, that'd be pretty cool, but I don't. I'm gonna just start by cutting up the red pepper, cutting off the top, and then dicing it into small pieces, transferring it into our bowl, which again, we're gonna transfer to our wok in a moment and start cooking. Guys, I love to cook. Seriously, this is like my happy place. It's just so peaceful, like being in the kitchen by yourself, cooking foods that you get to enjoy. You get to reap the benefits and the rewards of cooking a nice meal. I'm cooking for myself. I don't know if you're gonna be cooking for your family, a significant other, whatever it is, enjoy this stir fry, but be in the moment. Just try to be present, you know. I usually like to play some good music when I cook. I like to play some Motown. I love my Marvin Gaye, you know, the Temptations, my girl. I love all that stuff, but get into the mood and really enjoy it. I know that cooking can sometimes be a chore, you know, you don't have the time, whatever it is. I think a lot of people don't cook because it's not convenient. So just finding ways to make it convenient for you is what I really recommend. Next up is the yellow pepper. Then we're gonna get into the green pepper. This is another ingredient that we're gonna be adding to our stir fry. So if you wanna get 4 crowns, I got like 4 small to medium sized crowns of broccoli. I've rinsed those off. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off the ends of them and any of the loose stems and then just add the actual broccoli pieces to the dish as well. Look at how green and fresh our broccoli looks, just as one rolls off of the counter. Now it's time to make our sauce. So what I use for my sauce, I use teriyaki sauce, a little bit of hoisin sauce, and some red chili sauce. I'm gonna pour a cup of the teriyaki sauce into this bowl, and then we're gonna do half of a cup of hoisin sauce, and then 2 tablespoons of the red chili sauce. And we're gonna mix it all together, and we're gonna coat all of our vegetables, and then we're gonna start transferring our vegetables into our wok. Once you have your teriyaki sauce measured out, we're gonna just add that into our mixing bowl for our sauce. Then we're gonna do the same thing for our hoisin sauce. This time it's just half of a cup though. Then you're gonna get your tablespoon and your red chili sauce, and you're gonna go in and get 2 tablespoons of chili sauce. Woo, this is strong. Dump that right into the sauce mixture. And then once your sauce is there, you're gonna just take a whisk or a fork, whatever you want, and just mix everything together. All right, now it's time for the fun part, the cooking part. So what we're gonna need for our wok is either wok cooking oil or sesame oil or both. I'm gonna do wok oil and sesame oil as the base. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of both. Like I said, a little bit goes a long way. I don't want the oil to overpower. And then we're gonna do 2 heaping tablespoons of garlic, and I'm gonna use a separate tablespoon for that. We're gonna start with our wok oil. Get your tablespoon, and I'm just gonna pour 1 tablespoon of wok oil directly into my wok. And then the same with my sesame oil. And then we're gonna get our other tablespoon, our garlic, minced garlic, and 2 heaping tablespoons of minced garlic. That's gonna be our base for the dish. Dump that right in. Smells good. I love garlic. So now that we have our wok oil, sesame oil, and minced garlic right in the wok, we're gonna put that on the stove and let that kind of start to simmer and get very aromatic. And that's when we know we can start to add in our vegetables. All right, so now that things are cooking down in our wok and our vegetables smell amazing, we're gonna go in and we're gonna add the can of our bean sprouts right on top. And then give that a good stir. I've also already added a little bit of salt and pepper as well, nothing too crazy because we did do teriyaki and hoisin, and that does have salt in it, so I didn't want anything too overpowering, but a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper just to add another layer of seasonings to the dish. All right, so our stir fry has finished cooking, and I'm telling you, Smells incredible, as I knew it would, of course. And it looks so good. Look at all those colors. Everything just really came together. And you already know I took a celebratory bite. I had to, I couldn't hold back. It tastes amazing as well. So guys, I highly recommend you make this stir fry the next time you decide to make stir fry. It's super quick, super easy, does not require a lot of maintenance or work. Make it for your significant other. I'm sure they'll thank you, especially on your next date night. And if not, make it for your family, or more importantly, make it for yourself. I made this one for myself, and I'm gonna be eating this for my meal prep for the week. Let me know if you tried this recipe. Let me know how it turned out. As always, like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribing just helps me grow and helps me get more videos out to you guys like this one. Stay tuned for my next video, but until then, stay beautiful. I love you all.